everybody, you're back with me, Explora. So today we are going to do the second history lesson of grade 9. British power in Sri Lanka. So if you haven't watched the first lesson, do watch it. The link is in the description as well as up here. Okay, so this is part 1. Before the British, there was this Dutch. Dutch has captured the coastal areas of Sri Lanka, as you know. At first sight, the English didn't seem to have any interest on Sri Lanka because they were having a pretty pay attention. They were having the main focus on India and other areas. So later on, they discovered that the location of Sri Lanka, Trincomalee Natural Harbour, and such trade activities give them a lot of benefits. So those were the importances of Sri Lanka: the location of Sri Lanka, the Trincomalee Natural Harbour, and Sri Lanka in trade activities. Let me explain each one of them. Okay, so the location of Sri Lanka was important for the British was because the British can protect areas of India from other Western nations, other enemies, and in maintaining dominance in naval power in Indian Ocean. So they can have the dominant power, that means the leading nation. And as well, Sri Lanka is located as a center along the eastern and the western trade routes. That's why in the trade routes they can engage in their trade activities, and it was very beneficial. The Trincomalee Natural Harbour, when talking about that, it faces Bay of Bengal and Southeast Asia. The harbour protrudes into the land so the ships can be protected from storms and cyclones. So it is covered from 3 sides and 1 side to enter, and because all around there's land, the ships can be protected from the storms and wind barriers occurred from the ocean. And it was important for English in naval battles against the French. So that was a history fact. Next, when talking about the trade related things, cinnamon and other spices of very high quality could be obtained from Sri Lanka. Yep, many other items such as elephants, pearl, and gems were available in Sri Lanka. The English had the opportunity to build a market in Sri Lanka for the goods produced by the British. So those were the beneficial facts of Sri Lanka when talking about trade. Okay, here's a very exciting topic: relationships that existed between the English and the Canadian Kingdom before 1796. So here what happened. So the British had arrived in Asia, and Sri Lanka was under the rule of Dutch at that time. And at this time, Sri Lanka was hating the rule of Dutch. They were seeking for the support of English. At this time, there were several diplomatic representations between the Canadian Kingdom and the English. So, to represent John Fibers visiting King Sri Rajasingha in 1762, Hapboy visiting King Rajadhirajasingha in 1782, and Robert Andrews visiting King Rajadhirajasingha in 1795. By the way, sorry for the background interruption. These squirrels will never listen to me. So at this time, where Robert Andrews visited King Rajadhirajasingha and asked for the help to flew away the Dutch and support Sri Lanka. Here the king had arranged all the necessaries for the English to assist the English. But the English didn't want the king's help because they could do it by their own. Just a piece of cake. Next, establishment of the power of the English East India Company. So the Dutch East India Company is now English East India Company in the coastal areas of the country. Let's see. Now here's an interesting story. As you all know, the motherland of Dutch is Holland. So, as a result of the French Revolution, France invaded Holland and captured the country. So the Prince William V had to fly to Britain for safety. Fly to the English countries, British. So there, the British gave all the facilities a king needs to survive. A palace for them, foods, whatever the facilities, luxury facilities. They treated the king as a king in their country. So here, as the British helped the Dutch king, the British requested a favor from the king, as to give the coastal areas captured by the Dutch to them. But here the king refused, and the British requested again. Pardon, sir, please consider about our request. We gave all the luxury facilities you needed, and we treated you as a king. Why can't you supply us this simple request? Why can't you give the only coastal areas of such a small country to us? So the king had to agree, and he wrote a letter to the general in Sri Lanka right now, capturing the coastal areas. He gave this letter to the British, so they can fly to Sri Lanka and show it to the general. So he wrote this letter in the Kew Palace. Kew Palace is where Prince William V was protected from the French people, and that was known as the Kew letter. And this Kew letter was handed over to Van Engelberg, who was right now ruling the coastal areas in Sri Lanka. So once they handed over the letter to Van Engelberg, he did not believe this. Why our king would do such a thing? The English said, we protected your king from the French, so in return the king gave us these. But the Dutch did not believe it, hence making the English take military action against the Dutch. Soon they captured the coastal areas of Sri Lanka and they won the battle. So now the coastal areas of Sri Lanka is under the rule of English. So now here I'm going to end part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 coming soon, and follow me on Instagram, BI Photography, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Bye bye.